Record. All right, you guys. Really excited about tonight's call because I'm going to be answering questions that you guys have asked, and it's not just something that I feel like our team is struggling with. So I'm really excited to talk about that and give you guys some tips on the challenge packs. But first and foremost, tonight's call is November 9th. So we have our first Monday, or I guess this is our second. We've had our first full week of the month of November. And seriously, my sister asked me today, what do the kids want for Christmas? And I'm like, why are you thinking like so far in advance? I'm like, God, you're so crazy annoying. But it's like only like not that far away. So have to be thinking about that here soon. But November 9th, it's still warm here. So it doesn't feel like it's getting closer to Christmas. It doesn't feel like that to me. So I don't know about you guys, wherever you're at, but it's still 60, 65 degrees here, the first part of November. And so very strange. So I just can't get into the holiday spirit. Okay, so tonight I just want to make sure that you guys know that the challenge pack specials, we went over that last week. You have the 21-day fix and you have size. So you have those two programs to work with, both with Extreme, the 21-day fix Extreme. Also, you have the size and the size challenge pack with the containers from the 21-day fix. So the portion fix of it comes with that, and those are all on sale. So we'll talk about how to strategize with the challenge packs after a bit and answer your guys' questions. I just had a couple of things I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of. Hammer and Chisel comes out in a few weeks. Which again, going back to the fact that this month is going by fast, this year is going by fast, I almost forgot about it. And I had planned on doing like a pre-launch challenge group, just a free group with people using Beachbody on Demand, actually the first part of November and actually starting on the second week of November. And time got away from me. So I just realized that I just chalk it up to, time going so fast. So Hammer and Chisel is actually supposed to release the 1st of December. I believe that's right. If anybody can correct me, please let me know. But from my understanding, they will start rolling out Hammer and Chisel, which if you don't know much about that right now, you need to go to your online office and learn more about it. But it's the trainers, Autumn and Siggy, and they're going to be putting out 10 workouts. Each of them have 5 workouts, and you rotate through them. There's a very specific meal plan. And so that comes out. A lot of people are excited about that because this is the first time that we've ever had a dual trainer program, that anybody's ever had a dual trial program. And I know people like Body Beast. I love lifting weights. I know people like the 21-day fix and their workouts. So combining the two was like a no-brainer, but I didn't want people to be scared of jumping into that. So I went ahead and I started a challenge group today, which is no Shakeologies required. Okay, they had to have Beachbody on Demand. Okay, they had to have either the Beachbody on Demand, or they also had to have the challenge group, or I'm sorry, the 30-day trial. So they don't have to spend anything other than what they have, as far as their weights and things like that. That's on them. But what I did is we put together, actually I took it from another coach, and we put together a hybrid program starting today with, and I can share that with you guys if you want to share it with people and do a free group with them leading up to the release of Hammer and Chisel, so that people are more inclined to order that and to get started with it and not be scared of it. So what I did was I took some ideas from another coach and I put everybody into an event page. Okay, the people that had expressed interest in it, that I had on my list to call and contact about it coming out in December. So everybody that was on that list and a few people that had been reaching out to me for help, and oh, she's so cute. Have been reaching out to me wanting to know more information. So I created an event and I added people to it. And the cool thing about the events tab, and I've never really done this before, is that it's open to anybody. So anybody can join it. Anybody can see it. It's on your news feed. When people comment in it, people see it. So it creates some buzz. So I'm trying out the events in terms of an invitation to add people to it, that I've talked to, not just randomly, being icky and salesy and adding people to things, because we all know what that feels like. I think I've gotten invited to, 5 different groups this week already, within the last week, to parties and things like that. So I've talked to these people. They know it. It's active in their newsfeed and they're participating. They have to check in every day and they have to do the workouts. So that we're working through a hybrid program leading up to the release of the Hammer and Chisel program. So if anybody wants that, I can give it to you. I can put it in Team Succeed or have Cindy get that out to you guys. But it's creating a lot of excitement. Now we're on the first day. Everybody's excited the first day. It's where are they in the next week, 2 weeks, where it gets hard and temptation comes up and they may miss an event or life gets crazy. What happens? People put that to the wayside, but hopefully that's not the case. So making sure that you guys know Tuesday, December 1st, that will be released out. So be thinking about, who on your list has a 21-day fix extreme, who are people who love Body Beast, who love Autumn, they want to mix them together, who is somebody that wants to get seriously amazing results in 60 days. Some of the test group pictures that I saw from the group, from the people who went through it for 60 days, Summer and Chad were part of that group, the Tuckers, and several other people on our team. So it was pretty exciting to see the results that came out of that. So anybody that wants to has a destination, wedding, or if they have like a short vacation that's coming up, be thinking about people that you want to start talking to about that. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Now, I also want you guys to make sure that you're aware of that if you, Summer has fantastic trainings. There are 2 trainings that I want you guys to be aware of. The first one is on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time, I believe. I'm not sure if that's right. 8 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know. Maybe Cindy can correct me, but she has every 4 weeks, she has a vital behaviors training. And it's on the vital behaviors. There's 4 of them: how to invite, how to be a product of the product, and talking about all these things that we talk about on our team, but she breaks them down even more, has more coaches on her team that are working through those things. They are recorded as well, so there is a place that you guys can get the recordings for all of those, but every Tuesday night she rotates them through. So week 1, 2, 3, 4, she'll rotate them again, and then she'll do the same vital behavior. So social media, how to share, those things. And that's a fantastic way for you guys to learn as well if you want additional resources. Okay, so one thing, yes, Tuesdays at 8 Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And there is a webinar. If you guys are interested, I can have Summer or Cindy, if maybe you could post it in Team Succeed, that you guys have the webinar link. If you guys have more time in the evenings and you want to do some more of the vital behavior training, that's a great way to be able to learn from some of the best in the business. Okay, so doing that, I'm also going to start implementing that into our new coach training stuff as well. Okay, so the other one that Summer has is she did a small group, about 60 people. Small group, 60 people did a training on what a power hour looks like. So a power hour, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's sitting down and focusing strictly on your business for 1 hour, intensified. Okay, so we're not talking about getting on Facebook and answering, or scrolling people's news feeds. You're intentionally working through the vital behaviors of your business. And she had a power hour and she went through it. She went through it virtual, just how she would do it. She watched her video. She talked about her why. She talked about how does she invite people. She gave us 2 to 3 minutes to send out a business invitation. She gave us, a couple more minutes to, 5 minutes to send out 3 challenge group invitations, copy paste, get it sent out. Really, when you work this business, a lot of people, including myself, I'm not gonna say that I don't do it, get sidetracked, and we spend half an hour doing stupid stuff that's not making us any money on social media, Facebook, on our phones. We do 10 different things, and we try to figure out, I just can't find time to be able to do this. It's just too much for me. And that is honestly shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't be working your business all day long, okay? Or feeling like you need to be working it all day long. This business is really about trying to simplify your life, okay? Not complicate it, but make it easier for you, making more money, getting more fit, being healthier. We don't want you spending all the time on your phone when you're supposed to be with your significant other or with your kids. So the intent of that was to sit down for 1 solid hour and work your business and doing it and getting in and getting out. What does that look like? And so it really helped me because of course, I am a full-time coach. I have been for many years. So I just kind of put it to the wayside. I wasn't living my life with intention. Okay. And, John Maxwell, we do a lot of training. I'm doing training with John Maxwell right now. And it's about living in your intentional life. Okay. Living your life with intention. And part of living that intention is scheduling out when you're going to do it. And then when you have the hour, doing what you said you were going to do. Okay. And being very diligent about that and being very committed to doing it, doing the tasks. So the one video that she did was awesome. And so I changed my business activity tracker, and I really highly recommend that you guys watch that video and do it just with her. Even though it's not live anymore, she will be doing more live ones in the future, I think next week or the week ahead. But I want you guys to work through that recording just as if you were sitting there doing it yourself. So when she's talking about going to YouTube and watching Eric Thomas, who is AKA the hip hop preacher, he's amazing. If you guys haven't, I posted one of his videos on YouTube this morning. I watch one of his videos every week. Or every morning for the past couple of weeks. Watching his videos, Les Brown, just watching some sort of a motivational thing before I do my power hour, because it feeds me to do the things that I need to do. So 10 minutes of personal development, first thing on my list. Second thing is planning for my day, planning for my week. Next one, invite somebody to join my team. Okay, my intent is to do that 3 times a week, inviting somebody to look at the business opportunity of joining my team. That's mine. So if that's scheduled for that day, I sit there and I'm like, who am I going to invite? Oh, did you see her? She posted a really cute picture of her kids. I'm going to comment on it. And it's not intentional. Okay. Like, it's not intentional use of my time, and I get distracted. I'm like, how do I do this? I get flustered too, you guys. I have kids running around. I have things to do. I have, a husband who's not around, but you have to schedule into your day and just kick it out. Just get it done. Okay. And don't worry about attaching yourself to the outcome of what that person's going to say. Okay. So she talks about that. She talks about, how to set up your power hour and how to just connect with people, how she creates lists of people, on her interest list on her page. And she just works through everything very intentional. She checks things off, goes to the next thing. She works out. She does her Shakeology. She does this. She does that. And then she's done. Someone who makes that kind of money still works the same amount she works a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I have no idea right now, but that makes that kind of money has done that, doing that every day and being committed to it at least 5 days a week. Okay, so I want you guys to watch that video. Take some time this week before next week and go through it, and just make sure that you go through it just like you would if you were sitting down to do your power hour. Okay, fantastic video. If you weren't on the call, Mindy, you were on it, weren't you? Were you on that, Mindy? I thought you were. Some other people were on that. I know that. But anyway, I will share it with you guys if you want it. I'll put it on there. Give me a thumbs up if you guys would like to see it, but it's awesome. Okay. It talks about your why, connecting with your why and your values and your vision. So I want you guys to watch that within the next week or so and just go through it like you would your power hour. Okay. Any celebrations or successes that we have this week? I know I've seen a lot of coaches this week making some amazing progress. And it's exciting to see that come across, that some of the light bulbs are going off with you guys about how to do this, and that it's, this is exciting and it's fun, and reconnecting with your fitness and your nutrition. And so it's just really fun to be able to see that. So I congratulate every single one of you, for being on here, for one, and two, just, celebrating the small things. I think it's so hard to sometimes look at everybody else and compare yourself to what other coaches are doing. And the fastest way to self-destruct is comparison. Is to compare somebody about what, everybody has a different situation. Everybody has different things going on in their life, and you can't compare each other. So just making sure that you're celebrating the small things that you're doing. If you haven't sent out a business invitation the last 3 months and you did that this week, that's huge. That's huge. So celebrate those things. If you had, invited 3 people to a challenge group and you haven't done that in a couple weeks because you were scared to do it and you did it this week, celebrate that. So if there's anything that anybody wants to celebrate, please type it in the chat box, and we'll talk about it. Okay. All right. So let's get into the meat of the call. So I have about 14 minutes left, because it seems like, are you guys open yourself up to this. This is, an open call, but are you struggling with how to present challenge packs? Are you struggling with the cost objection? Where are you guys at with that in terms of selling challenge packs? Oh, Nicole got Success Club. I think that's what she said. Challenge packs. Okay. So I understand, that sometimes, you get that you get hung up on the price. Okay. How many of you are like, oh, I don't even want them to ask me what it costs because I just don't even want to tell them. I mean, be truthful. Be truthful. I mean, I still get that once in a while. I mean, I still get it. I mean, I still get that. You're fearful what that answer is going to be, and I understand that. But here's the deal, okay? I wrote down two things, and I think that the very first thing with that and how I've overcome that is that you have to believe, and I'm not saying that you guys don't do this. What I'm saying for me personally is that number one is that you have to have a belief, a strong belief that what you are doing and what you're offering could change that person's life. Because internally, deep down inside, that it has worked for you. It does work for you. And you just have to have that inner belief that you can instill on people that these work and being confident that they're going to work. Okay. So that whole piece about being confident in what we offer and what we do, that has to come first and foremost. So a deep, deep down belief that it's, $140 is nothing compared to what you are offering them. Okay. So here's my deal. When I talk about the challenge packs, okay, I never lead with the cost first. The first thing that I always do is I set myself up for what the value of the challenge pack is. What does it include? Okay, I want them to be very clear that they're not just buying a product. They're not just buying Shakeology. They are getting you, okay? And that is a lot to do with it. For somebody to be able to go to a gym and hire a personal trainer, you guys, we're talking $60 an hour, probably $30 an hour. $60, I have no idea what it is now. It's been a long time, but $30 an hour, let's say, somewhere in there, depending on where you're at. So to hire a personal trainer, okay, that's in itself for a month, let's say for a month, that's all they would get. Okay, that's it. And that's on a recurring basis. So if you break that down for them, I mean, you don't have to break it down for them like that, but here's my thing. They are getting me, darn it. They are getting you. They are getting your time. And in all honesty, they're getting you for free, okay? Because when you break down that challenge pack, when Shakeology is $4 a day of something that is going to help them with their budget because they're no longer eating out. Subway, for Pete's sakes, is $7 minimum for one meal, okay? They're getting a multivitamin. They get energy. They get to feeling better. They get a monthly challenge group. They get tips and daily motivation. You're keeping track of their stats. They get the camaraderie of a group, okay, of the accountability factor, because we know that accountability plays into it, okay? They're getting, like Shakeology, but they're getting you guys. And I think that you have to believe in it so much because of the fact that they do get you, right? And I know sometimes you sit back and you look at your challenge groups, you're like, well, what am I actually doing? You guys are doing a lot. And it may not seem like it from your end sometimes, but you're doing a lot. And so I really believe first and foremost, it has to come from belief in what you're offering, the products, being a product of yourself, being a product of the product, showing that it works, okay? Being a physical transformation that those things work, because that helps too. And just really believing that what you're offering is worth $140. Okay? Being very confident in that. Okay, so that's and then the second thing was showing that the products work. So, one of the things that I always noticed when my business blew up was after I had my kids and I was, large, over 200 pounds, struggling. I'd never been that heavy and I started showing people that all those things work. Okay, I'm losing weight. I'm being able to have 2 kids back to back, and everything is, I'm balancing it all out, and I'm running a business, and I'm doing that, and it's all working. Okay, so being a product of the product, showing people. So if you're struggling with challenge packs, okay, look at how honest maybe you're being with your own personal story. Okay, and I'm not saying you're not. Okay, that's just one thing that from experience, it was hard for me to sell challenge packs when I wasn't doing it myself sometimes, and I wasn't being very diligent and very clear with my fitness and my nutrition goals. Be honest with yourself there. That video that I shared today was talking about stop lying to yourself. Okay, be honest with yourself. What are you doing or what are you not doing that you need to be doing? Okay, so that can help too. All right, price, people object right away from me. Okay, so struggle with more fear of the price, fear of rejection. Okay, Mindy, I think that just comes from what we just talked about. Okay, being confident. You got to find that inner confidence that what in the world that you're doing can change lives. Okay, and finding one person to be able to see that and get that and understand it, and you just keep doing that, and that builds that confidence. But be very confident in what you're offering, and don't ever back down on that price. Well, it's $140. Oh, I know it's a lot. It sounds like a lot. Okay, don't ever justify it that way. Say it's $140, darn it, and it's worth every penny. Be confident in that, because they're getting a lot. They're getting a lot for $140. Okay. All right, and what I do, you guys, if somebody balks at the price, 9 times out of 10 is it's just an objection to something else. It's not really the price. And I got to find that it's very interesting, because I started doing a lot of research on Facebook about, the types of people who are on Facebook, who are on my page, and where these people are hanging out, like Weight Watchers and all these different things. And it's very interesting that most, like 50% of the people, or even 60% of the people who are on some of these pages own their own homes, and they have incomes a cumulative income between $75,000 and $100,000 a year. Okay, so it's BS that they can't afford it, and they're spending it. They're spending it somewhere. Okay, they're spending it on whatever. They're not spending it on themselves. But it's very interesting to me when you look at some of the demographics of the people that are hanging out on my page and other pages. These people make the money. It's just that objection is so easy to say, I can't afford it right now. And that's how they can do it. So you just kind of got to work with that person and say, here's what I do with my challenge packs. Okay, I said, this is what's included. It's $140. Would you give me 30 days to try it? Okay, would you please give me 30 days? All I'm asking is for you to give me 30 days. Okay, let me help you. If you don't like it, you can send it back, but give me 30 days. And that's all I say. Okay, I'm just very confident in what I offer as a coach, and I think that helps a lot. Is please just give me 30 days. Okay, look at this results. You can share these results. You can do this. You can give them all the stats that you want, but just ask them, as your coach, please let me help you. Give me 30 days. Would you do it? And if you don't like it on day 29, send that back. Send it back, get your money back. Okay? But wholeheartedly, they have to give their 30 days. Did you guys watch that video today that I shared in Team Succeed? Talking about people just automatically, they didn't put in the work, they didn't do the effort, but automatically they want the 30-day money-back guarantee because it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. I didn't drink my Shakeology every day. I didn't work out every day. I didn't plan my meals every day, but I still want my 30 days back. It didn't work. Anyway, this is funny to say. Okay, so balking at the price. Be confident. Sound confident in what that is. It's $140, includes everything that's in there, and you get me. I'm going to be there to support you. I'm going to be there to give you the tips. I'm going to be there to give you the accountability. You get me. Okay? All right. Yeah. I mean, it is. 9 times out of 10, it's not money. It's not money. I mean, they're going to say it's money, but it's not. It's something else. They're fearful of, not accomplishing it. They're fearful of having to face their fears. They're fearful of, failing. Most people are fearful of failing, to be honest. Okay, if someone wants variety, would you suggest the BOD? Also, it's charged every quarter, correct? Yes, every quarter, $38 every 3 months. Okay, but with the club membership, they get 90 days. So they get 90 days. If you buy a challenge pack that's not the BOD, they get billed the first 30 days, after the first 30 days, excuse me. So when they do a Team Beachbody Club membership, so they get access to Beachbody On Demand, that $38 is part of that. So they get 90 days. So after the 90 days, then they'll be billed again for the next quarter. Does that make sense? So if somebody wants variety, yes, the Beachbody On Demand is good. However, if they, in my opinion, they have to be somewhat internet savvy. They have to have good internet. Okay. I mean, you have to have pretty decent internet to be able to stream it, or they have to have like a Roku player or Apple TV, but it still has to have pretty good streaming capabilities on their internet. Okay. So you kind of have to be a little bit careful about that. I tried it out with an older lady and her husband, and they wanted to do it. I mean, they're in their 60s, and it was not fun. It created more chaos for me, to be honest, because it was just, how does this work? How does this work? And this work? And, I can't get this to work, and it cuts out. And so, we just decided to do a DVD, and it worked out much better for them. But it just depends. Okay. But yeah, if somebody wants a variety, my thing is that, we talked about, I think it was Danielle Natoni, who talked a few weeks back about being a product of the product and following a program. And the challenge du jour is actually considered to be a program. I had no idea. I thought it was just random videos that showed up. I didn't realize they had days that were cardio and strength, and it was very sequential. So that's actually a program. So the challenge du jour is actually considered to be a structured program. So going through that, but I didn't know that. But so if kind of somebody just wants piecemeal stuff and really needs results, I would suggest somebody do an actual program, and the club membership, they can try out for 30 days and see whether or not it's something for them, and streaming it, trying it out. And if they don't like it, then after the 30 days, they can cancel that, in my opinion. Okay. But if somebody really needs results, they really don't need to be flinging their arms around. They need structure. They need to follow a program. They need to do, day 1 to day 60. And we help them get through that, or day 1 to day 21. Okay. Sorry, you guys. If I sound like I'm out, gasping for air, I am, because there's not a lot of room in there right now. So anyway. Okay. Challenge packs. What other questions? I think it really just comes down to, personally for me, is just having that confidence in what you're offering as a coach, and being confident that what you're providing them is worth value. It's not just Shakeology. It's not just a 21-day fix. It's creating a sense of community. And I think that we need to do a good job of reflecting that onto what we're doing. Okay. Giving them a better understanding of what actually they are getting. And that's you. Okay. I think it's after, I kind of get to know, what are they struggling with? What are they interested in fitness? What are they struggling with? What's the biggest thing for them? Is it, just the accountability? I mean, it just kind of depends on the person. I just really feel like if somebody brings it, okay, let's say in a conversation, somebody says, I just want, I started doing fitness, last week. Oh yeah, me too. Would you like to buy a challenge pack? They're not ready. Okay. If somebody even brings up the word fitness, that doesn't mean you bring up the challenge pack. You just bring it up, hey, what are you doing? What are your goals? Really, what do you struggle with? What's the number one thing that, that you have a hard time with? I find that I do these online groups, and I really like to have somebody hold me accountable. And I just know that if I have to check in, then I'm more accountable to what I eat, just relate to them, feel, felt, found, but just getting to know what they actually struggle with. Because if you have a really good understanding of what they struggle with and what they're trying to achieve, then the reality of it is that when you reduce that, or when you ask those questions and when you know what they're struggling with, you really decrease the amount of objections that they're going to have to it, because they don't have any. They just gave it all out to you. Okay, so get to know what their challenges are, what their goals are, what their limitations are, and then just say to them, it just dawned on me, but I just thought, since you're doing this fitness and you told me that you have been struggling with X, Y, and Z, I don't know. I mean, I have preg head. I'm sorry. But have you ever considered doing a challenge group with me? Or have you ever considered doing an online fitness group with me? Because most people don't know what a challenge group is. Okay? So have you ever, or would you ever consider doing a Facebook fitness group with me? And they're like, well, what's that? And then you can use our scripts going into, this is what it is. Okay? And this is what you get. And then they say, what's the price? $140. It's $140. Would you give me 30 days? Be confident in that, and keep it very short and to the point, and be very, like I said, be very direct, because once you start being indirect and creating all these long sentences and all these long posts, that makes it look like you're dancing around I'm scared to tell you it's $140, just be very confident in it. Like not unicorns and whatever. So just be very direct with it. It's $140. This is what you get. We discussed that. Would you give me 30 days? Okay. How am I starting that conversation? Facebook messages. Is that what you mean? What I do is I go through my Facebook list. Every month what I do is I have what I call my contact list. Okay. And I'm always adding people to this list, where I'm at in the conversation with them. Let's say I just added somebody as a friend on my Facebook page. I hadn't talked to them in a long time. So that person, I saw them, float up on the news suggestions or the suggested friend. So I'll put them on that list. And if I have time that week, then I'll get to putting them onto an interest list. Okay, so I put them onto an interest list of somebody that I want to get to know or reconnect with. So what happens, I'll show you guys how this works. I'll share my screen here. Okay, so here's how this works, and I think I've showed you guys this before, but you can go over here to your interest groups. Okay, so you can go down here to, where's it at? Cindy, help me out. Anyway, it's over here somewhere. Create interest groups. Oh, here, interests. And then hit more, and then you can create an interest group. So I have 4 different interest groups of people that I want to watch. So what I do is I have current challengers, coach hopefuls, people who I want on my team, challenger hopefuls, people who I want to be in a challenge group, and then I have people who are current coaches. Okay, so I want to make sure that I get everybody. And so this is part of my power hour, is I go through and I add these people to, once I have a new connection, somebody that I want, I add them to my list. Okay. So I add them to my list, challenger hopefuls. Let's go here. So everybody comes up. So I'm not always trying to sift through the news feed. I am diligently going through here and making comments on their pages. Okay. I might spend 5 minutes doing that. Go through, add them to my list. Oh gosh, she just pulled up this really awesome quote. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to like it. I'm going to show up in her news feed. I'm going to show up and I'm commenting on her stuff and I'm creating genuine value. Okay. So then what I do is, if I feel like it's to the point the next week that I need to make a conversation with that person, I'll just send them a Facebook and say, hey, how's it going? I haven't talked to you for a long time. I'm so glad that you showed up in my news feed. What's new with you? And then I just go through this process of forming them. We call it forming. It's asking about their family, their occupation. What are they doing? What do they do for fun? And then hopefully in that conversation, in those 3 things, you're going to see that they're going to say, holy cow, Robin, you've been working out. You look freaking amazing. What are you doing? And that's where that plays into the social media thing. So if you're not posting on social media and you just added this person, how in the world are they going to know what you're up to or be interested in enough to ask what you're doing? Okay. Or holy moly, Renee, you've been posting a lot of personal, awesome stories. Or holy cow, Renee, you just don't even seem like somebody that was somebody who was 2 years ago. Like you're a totally different person. You seem really positive, and you see like you've got your poop in a group, you know? Like, what's going on? You know, what's going on with you, girl? Like, you sound so different. So that's what that stuff comes up. And you'll be like, yeah, I just started working out and whatever. Oh, well, I haven't worked out in a long time. What are you doing to work out? And then it just comes up naturally in the conversations. Okay. And the more you do it, the more easy it gets, or the easier it gets for you. Does that help? Anybody else? Cindy, did anybody else, some of you veteran coaches, have any better ways to say that? How you guys create conversations? It just seems to come up. If you're posting on social media, you're active, it comes up. It just does. Okay? And then I just be like, hey, yeah, I'm starting it. You know, if that feels right, then I say, yeah, I'm starting a group at the end of the month. You know, maybe that would be something that you would consider joining. You know, come and join me. And this is what I'm doing. It's $140. Darn it. Okay. All right. So challenge packs aren't that scary. I mean, you just have to be very confident in what you're offering. And I know I've said that before, but very confident, and just create a lot of buzz around what you're doing, and, you know, and just inviting people to be a part of that. I mean, you will be surprised how many people out there really do want to be a part of it, and they just haven't reached out to you. Or, you know, when you do reach out to them, they're like, oh gosh, thank gosh. You know, I've been scared to reach out to you. I'm really excited that you said something to me. Or I've been thinking about joining one of your groups. You look freaking awesome. You know, you look awesome, Renee. You're working out. You're pregnant. You're like 6 months pregnant. You're working out. Like, you know, what is wrong with you? Like, where did you get this? So most people are like that. Okay, does that help with the challenge packs? All right, and know what they need, even if it's like on sale, but yet they don't really want to do, you know, if they don't want to do that, and it's not interesting to them to do 21 days of the containers, and they just want to work out and they want to drink Shakeology, then don't force the 21-day fix down their throat. Okay, just because it's on sale. If size is a better, or if not size, but if T25 is a better fit for them, and they only have 25 minutes. And we're going down to 22 minutes this spring with Tony's new program coming out. So it's like, really, people, you have no excuse.
Renee, right? Can I say something about the price?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I had joined a gym before Beachbody, and I also had a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying a monthly fee every month just to be a part of that gym. You're part of your membership. Plus, you have to pay hundreds of dollars to have a personal trainer, which is what I did.
Yeah.
The thing that's different here, it's $140. You get to keep the workout program forever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't expire. You don't have to hand it back in. You have that for a lifetime. Plus, you also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, correct?
Yeah.
So $140, in my opinion, is nothing compared to having to pay for a gym membership every single month, plus having to pay hundreds of dollars for a personal trainer. And that personal trainer doesn't last very long. It goes by quick.
Yeah.
You have the convenience of doing everything in your home. You don't have to get dressed, go to a gym, and do all that baloney. So.
And kids, I mean,
right.
I don't think I would ever go to the gym if I had to take my kids to daycare. That just seems.
Yeah.
It just seems like. Well, especially this time of the year too, you guys. I mean, all the flu bugs and all that stuff, like to expose your kids to go to the gym, like just do it at home. You know, keep the program. I mean, you can do it, you know, you can do it forever. You know, and you can upgrade if you want to. But yeah, you guys, seriously, we got to get out of our heads that $140 is a lot of money. And it may be for some, it may be, but they're spending it. They're spending that money somewhere. Okay, they are, literally. They're spending it. So, you know, just, and think about how much they will save by not having to go to the doctor as much. You guys, I don't ever go to, knock on wood, okay? I don't ever go to the doctor. I mean, other than obviously for my pregnancy, yes, I go to the doctor. But I don't go to the doctor because I'm sick for a cold or because I'm sick for a flu, those types of things. My kids, they're not that sick very often. And so that you have to look at that stuff too, because especially with the high deductibles right now, people are spending more money out of pocket than we ever have. And I don't ever go. I never meet my deductible, ever. It's sad to say, but I don't. And you're going to save a lot of money just by being healthy that way too. And prevention goes a long ways. So $140 is nothing. Okay. So we have got to go because it is 11. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's 11 after 9. But anyway, great call. I think that was good. Hopefully it was helpful, but I will post that information in Team Succeed. I know that Cindy probably already posted in there, but 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time is when Summer does her Vital Behaviors training on Tuesday nights. You guys always have access to her team training sites. You have access to ours. You have access to so much stuff out there. It's just a matter of breaking it down, what your goals to be, and just doing the things that are going to move you forward to that goal. So be very diligent in that. And I can't stress to you guys enough how much that you guys need to listen to that Power Hour call with Summer. And I'll post that yet tonight. Okay. All right, you guys have a great week. Oh, sorry. The winner of the personal development is Nicole Gentert. Is that how you say your last name? Gentert?
It's Gentert.
Gentert.
That's okay.
Okay, I bet you get that a lot.
It's okay.
It's okay. What
Yeah,
a
I
sweetie. All right, so Nicole, we'll get that sent out to you this week, okay? Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, have a good night. Bye.